Welcome, friends, to the Garden Show. I'm so excited to have with us today some fellow Master Gardeners, Bella Vista Garden Club members with me today. I am Ginny Vance with the Bella Vista Garden Club and also a Benton County Master Gardener. Like I said earlier, I'm so excited to have with me today my fellow garden friends that we have been busy this year with getting ready for the plant sales. Anyway, I have Joelle Miller here with me and Janet Conboy. Thank you for coming.
Our pleasure.
But first, before we go into our program, I want to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are the Benton County Master Gardeners and also the Bella Vista Garden Club. Both organizations work very hard to beautify Bella Vista and Benton County, and we appreciate their continued support to the Garden Show. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bella Vista plant sales, and we've got so many beautiful blooms and bargains you want to not miss. So it's going to be exciting to see. I know that everyone in the garden right now is trying to get into the garden, and we're waiting for rain. I know my husband this morning and we were kind of talking, do you think we're going to get rain or do you think we're not? And so we were taking bets. I had 10% rain today. He said, no, we're going to get 50. And of course, we were arguing. I know Joelle and we were talking earlier. She's definitely, we're going to get rain on Saturday. So hopefully we do. So, yeah. Right, Joelle?
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow. So hopefully we will get some rain. Anyway, both Joelle and Janet are primary leads for our plant sale. And we've got so many beautiful blooms, like I said, and our work never stops. And it takes a village literally all year long in order for us to keep these plants alive. And I wanted to let you know with our plant sale that we raise money for scholarships for horticultural students for the University of Arkansas. And we also give money to other nonprofit organizations in Bella Vista, such as the Animal Shelter, the Courtesy Van, the Community TV, and the cemetery. I know our first plant sale is coming right around the corner, and it is April 18th from 8 till noon, and that's just right around the corner. I've got a flyer here that we're showing on the screen. Take a snapshot of it and be sure and attend. Joelle, I know that you have been leading this part of the plant sale for many, many years.
Yes.
So do you want to share with us how long you've been doing the plant sales and
Sure. I was asked to take over in the summer of 2018. I'd only been a short-time member of the club at that point. So I said, oh, sure, why not? Didn't really know what I was getting into. So our first sale was, going to be the following summer, and then we hit COVID, and then it was trying to figure things out so we could easily get plants to people. So things have greatly evolved in the past 7 years. We are the people at Wastewater Company, which is where the home is for the plant sale. The staff there is just terrific to us. Without them, we would not be anywhere near as successful.
They really are. They help us in every way that we can imagine.
They do. Whatever we need, they're there to help. Plus the fact, and we have a great committee. I mean, I've got a committee of almost 50 people right now, which is awesome because the things we're getting into right now are what take the most. When we have to move plants or we have to water plants and things like that. So it's a busy time.
It's a busy, busy time preparing. I know that all year long, like I said, from the very beginning, the process of getting these plants to grow. I know, Joelle, you want to talk a little bit about the process. I know that you grow tomatoes from seed. You take cuttings from the coleus. Tell us a little bit about the process.
My committee, the plant sale committee, we work basically 12 months out of the year. And to get ready for this sale, the tomato coleus and zinnia sale, starting in about mid-October, people who have what we call mother plants, the ones that they've had, all summer in their yards, we bring them over, get them in our hot houses so that they survive, because all of a sudden we could get a frost and we'd lose them. And we will start taking cuttings from them probably the end of November, beginning of December. We put them in water so they root. Then we will eventually, sometime in usually January, we will pot them up in our 1-gallon pots and watch them grow. The zinnias, which are on the far end over there, and the tomato plants, we grow them from seed, and we start the seeds the end of February, beginning of March. So these have just been growing for about 4 weeks, and the same with the zinnias.
So with the coleus plants, I'm going to just share this in front of
Sure.
Joelle. Share with us a little bit about the different varieties that we have for sale, and like you said, the mother plants that we've kept. Those mother plants, I know I've supplied a mother plant that's a tritone green for maybe the last 3-4 years, and we explain how you take the cuttings from that and process those.
Yeah, we just find, as I said, once we bring the plants indoors in the fall, they have a tendency to get a little bit leggier, which means they're not as full with the leaves and stuff, which is fine because it makes it easier. And we just take the cuttings and strip a lot of the leaves off towards the bottom of the stem and just put them in water, and they'll get the roots. And then it's just watching them and caring for them. And as I said, it takes 6 to 8 weeks. Usually we keep them in water so they get a really good root system, and then we put them into the individual pots. With the zinnias and the tomatoes, it's just, putting them in seed trays, keeping them lightly misted and watered, and eventually they start coming up, and we get them to a certain height, about this height, in their seed trays, and that's when we transfer them over to the 1-gallon pots. The mother plants, once we get done cutting them for the coleuses, we will cut them way, way back, because that will encourage brand new growth. So then they grow back and get much fuller, and then we sell them at the plant sale as well as the 1-gallon pots.
I know with the coleus, there's a group of people, and I had gone down there too, in the greenhouses where we keep these. In order to keep them fluffy, you cut them back and pinch them. And it's so interesting how you do that and how that growth happens.
Well, yeah, because if we don't pinch them back when they're growing in the 1-gallon pots, they can get really tall, and it makes it very difficult to water. So we try to keep them shorter and stuff. And the same thing we do with the zinnias. These are what are called a profusion zinnia. So they only get maybe about that tall. So we don't worry about them. But our other zinnias that we have, they can get really tall. So by pinching them back, it makes them have growth like this, which is fuller and things like that. Because tall and leggy is not really attractive, and it doesn't give you as many blooms. Whereas if with the leggier or the taller zinnias, the shorter you can keep them, especially in the beginning, the more they'll fill out, and then the more blooms you have.
Well, and then with the different zinnias that we have, we've got ones that resist different diseases. You want to share with a little bit about?
Yeah. When we're buying the seeds, I try to look for ones that are more disease resistant than others. The growers are just, and the manufacturers are just, and I don't know how they do it because I'm not a scientist, so don't ask questions that way. But they're just trying to produce seeds now that are less resistant to things like mildews and other funguses and stuff. And it seems to be working, I think.
And it has. I mean, our everyone that talks about our zinnias every year, they sell out very, very quickly in the
Yes, they do.
coleus. And we just do wonders with them. And I've had no problems with mine, and I know others have say the same thing. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
So anyway, let's talk a little bit about our tomato plants that we have.
Sure. Tomatoes. We have 8 or 9 different varieties of the tomatoes. Which one did I bring? I don't even know which one I brought. Oh, a Cherokee Purple. We have
Those are good ones.
We have a Cherokee Purple and a Black Crim, and they're a deeper red to a purplish black skinned. They're a good size. They're an intermediate type of tomato, and they call it like a smoky flavor. It's not the super sweet or anything like that. So we've got those. We have 3 or 4 different beefsteaks, because that's what people really like. My personal favorite is the Mortgage Lifter. You can get close to a 2-pound tomato, and they're great. They're just an old time tomato, and to me they have the best flavor that you can imagine. We also have our cherries. We have Sun Gold cherries, which are like a yellowy orange, and then we have the super sweet 100s. Sun Golds, again, are my personal favorite. They are
Mine too.
I mean, it's like eating Lay's potato chip. You know, you just start and you just keep on going. And your cherry tomatoes will continue to produce up until the first frost. And so will some of the other tomatoes. But it just kind of depends on where they are. They just give them lots and lots of sunlight and, you know, some water, and they'll just go for you.
Yep, they will. So, Joelle, as far as our plants that we've got for sale on April 18th, like I said, we've got the coleus, the zinnias, and the tomatoes. Again, we'll have our plant sale at the wastewater treatment plant. We recommend people coming early because we sell out very, very quickly.
We do.
And we hope to see you there at that plant sale. Coming up, like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about our next plant sale, which will be in May, but we're going to take a brief break. So we'll take a brief break and then we'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you again. Joelle and I, we were just talking. We were going to also explain the different pricing pieces that we've got for each one of our plants. So Joelle, you want to talk a little bit about that?
The 1 gallon plants are all $7, and then we have all of our mother plants, and they will be priced anywhere from $12 up to $50. Some of them are really, really big, and some of them are not quite as large, so we have a variation of prices. And they're all in beautiful pots, so you'll be able to keep them in the pot you want to keep them in, or you can put them in your own pot.
Yeah. All right. So, Janet.
Hi.
Hi. Like I said, on our May, our next plant sale,
May 16th.
we'll show our flyer is May 16th, which is Saturday. And our plant sale goes from, it's 8 to noon or 8 to 1? 8 to 1 this time. So anyway, stay tuned for that one because that is another very, very busy plant sale. We have house plants. We have perennials. We have small shrubs and small trees. Am I missing anything?
Nope.
Nope.
Sun plants and shade plants.
Yep. So Joelle
And a lot of natives.
And that's right. We have a lot of natives, and we can't forget about those. But anyway, Janet is the lead for our house plants, and she has been working very hard this last year to organize the different plants for sale. So Janet, you want to share with us what you've got for sale?
Sure. Well, we started out 4 years ago. One of our members, Kathy Downer, suggested that we move into houseplants because there are a lot of folks out there that, you know, just have rocks and can't really plant anything. So what we've done was we started small with, just started out with succulents because my house was overrun with them. And then we have since branched off into monstera plants, begonia plants, excuse me, peperonia, Hoyas, zigzag, cacti, and pothos, you name it.
I could say a little of everything.
Yeah, we've got a smear of everything, and the reason that we rotated into or evolved into bringing in the non-succulents is because people like to have plants in their house for healthy.
It filters the air.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. And, you know, these plants go bonkers once they get in your house, and so we're really excited about that. We get our plants primarily from cuttings from members or just babies that they've had. We also have been fortunate. Joelle is our search and identify person at places like Baumgart's and Lowe's and other places, and we get.
I try.
Yeah, you do. She's the source queen, and
She goes to the clearance section,
That's
and you would
right.
not believe
That's
what
right.
we get from the clearance section.
That's
All
right.
of us,
And
yeah.
so we're on high alert and start working from the end of summer, you know, on through. Now, over the 4-year period, we've gotten a couple of members, young members, who have joined the houseplant group. One is Colleen Poplowski.
Well, and she's here with us
She
today.
is.
Yay!
Colleen, come on up. Just introduce yourself real quick.
She's become,
Oh, she doesn't have a mic.
Oh, she
but
did talk into ours.
She can talk into ours. But Colleen, you can come on up. Just be a part. Yeah. She's here in our audience, and she's such a great person. Go ahead.
Over to the side. Come
Yeah,
right,
go
right in
ahead.
between. There you go.
Thank you, thank you. Go ahead,
You can
Janet.
talk into her now.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Janet.
Hi there.
Colleen is known as Root Queen because everything we take a cutting of ends up with roots and plants and going wild. So what we've had to do, because we've had such good luck with propagating or rooting our plants and taking care of them, is we've involved foster parents. And Colleen is one of the ones that offers plants for fostering at our garden club. And Lucy Duncan, who's the third member, manages the fostering. And she's really done an excellent job. So, the thing that I think brings us here is the fact that all of these plants are easy to grow if you just understand. And Colleen has been labeling plants with care instructions. We'll make sure you know how to take care of them and what you're getting.
So we don't kill them.
Well, so we don't kill them. And as you know, I mean, aside from feeding and everything else we all get obsessed about, overwatering can be the #1 killer. And so we're there and also available online to talk about that. We are, excuse me, and we manage this all year round. We have cacti and all sorts of things that are easy to just throw on the deck and bring in. So,
It's real important that, like you said, the different houseplants that we have, where we have a variety, like you
Yes.
said, in the succulents, the ones that are easy to grow,
Yes.
the ones that are more temperamental.
yes.
But I think the key is the fact that we've had such a good source of what we have for sale. So be sure and come to our plant sale to look at these house plants, because some of them are just beautiful. Do you want to share with us what we've got over there?
Oh, absolutely. Right here is what's known as a Haworthia. It's a succulent. You see it's blooming. And they just take over the pot. And they're really pretty, kind of translucent growth. And Colleen has rooted some smaller baby plants like are coming here. And as I've said, she can get anything to be a happy camper. And then here we have a peperomia, which is just a very happy plant. You see, it's unusual in its leaf structure, and it just loves putting out babies. Then two prize plants that I really love are this red emperor philodendron. It also weeps a bit, and it just continues to move out from the base. And then we've got an angel wing begonia. And
Those
this
are
was
so
a donation from the district flower clubs. And easy to grow, beautiful foliage, and red blooms. It'll get you every time.
Does it need
So
a lot of sun?
what is
No.
our price range of the house plants?
Well, our price range is from $2 from small succulents up to $50 or $75. We've got some very large monstera and some others that make a statement. And so we want to have something for everybody in terms of decorating their home, or even just kids really liking to watch something grow. Succulents are really good for that.
They sure are. So Janet and Colleen, thank you. So Joelle, I know that we also, like I said, have the perennials, the shrubs, and the small trees and native plants. So what can we expect on that side?
lots of good things. But I want to ducktail onto something that oh, excuse me. I'm just having.
It's the plants.
Yeah, I know. That Janet said about watering. People have a tendency to overwater everything, whether it's a house plant, these guys, and that is the worst thing that people can do. You are much better off to pull back on your watering and actually dry them out a little bit. They will do much better. But if you overwater, that's the thing that will kill them and things like that. So keep that in mind.
I'd like to add one thing. I forgot that the clay studio that,
I was gonna bring that up.
students come and sell their pots they've made during classes. Beautiful, unique, one of a kind, perfect for
Any the
most of our
houseplants.
houseplants. Yeah,
Yeah.
And they'll be there at the May sale.
they will.
They'll be there
Yeah.
at the mail sale. Yeah. So as far as the perennials, how many plants do we have? We've got, and how do we house those and the maintenance of all those?
It's hard to judge right now because so many of the plants are just waking up, so we're not sure what we've lost and what we don't have. We usually, on average, have around 1,200 plants for our perennial sale. And we will have tons of shade plants. We'll have things like I was going to say begonias, but that's not what I'm trying to think of. The hosta. What are some of the other shade plants? I'm having
The helleborus.
the helleborus,
The Lenten rose.
and the laripe,
Yep.
the Lenten rose.
The Lenten rose.
We have,
The ferns.
yes, hopefully we'll have some ferns. They're very, very popular. They're tough to dig up. They don't like to be left in pots over the winter,
Yeah.
so we don't go and dig those up. And we're always looking for people to donate things to us as well. So if people have shrubs or flowers that they don't like the color or they don't like the size or whatever, we are always more than welcome to take something, and we will come and dig in your yard, and we're very careful and we're very neat. But that's how we get a lot of our plants, from the donations of people's yards and things like that. And then we get into all the sun worshiping plants, peonies, black-eyed Susans, additional ferns, because there are some ferns.
Salvia. We've got salvia.
We've got lots of salvia. We have a lot of trees and shrubs. We have a lot of native things that are, because we have a native bed that thanks to the wastewater staff, we have a native bed. So we grow a lot of our things in the native bed, and we take cuttings or we take divisions from those and we grow those. Celandine poppies, butterfly weed. I'm trying to think some of the other things.
Coneflowers.
The coneflowers.
Coneflowers,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, lots of coneflowers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, we have a plethora of things, and I don't know everything we're going to have right now, because as I said, we're just in the process
Yeah.
of waking everything up.
Well, and I think with that freeze that we had, what was it, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
A lot of our plants, all of our plants, even at our house, took a dip. But everything's coming back. You know, our roses,
give it time.
just give it time. Water. I think the main thing that we've been told is water those plants in, keep them watered. And mine are all flushing back. The majority of all my hostas, even though they took a dip, and my roses, the roses looked horrible. They're all reflushing back out.
And the daylilies, like the daylily greens, look terrible. So
Yeah.
just take them and cut them down to about 3-4 inches. They'll come back. They're not going to, it may not look as nice this year because the greens did take a hit, but you should get the bloom.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I think the only thing that in my garden that is not looking really good is, here again, we were talking about the hydrangeas, the mop head, the early blooming hydrangeas just do not look really good, and because they got hit with the frost. So the blooms that they create from the little stems, they might come out of it, but we're not going to get any blooms, unfortunately.
That's too bad. I've got limelights, and they're-
Limelights are going to be fine.
Yeah, they're just
They're
having
gonna
a
be
great
fine.
time.
Yeah, limelights are going to be fine. Well, thank you, both of you, and Colleen, thank you for helping us this morning and talking about our plant sales. This is great. I can't wait for our sales. It'll be just fabulous. So anyway,
2 weeks.
I want
Can't wait
to,
either.
before we leave, I want to talk a little bit about some events that are happening. The next Bella Vista Garden Club meeting will be Wednesday, April 22nd, starting at 9:30. The Benton County Master Gardeners' next meeting will be Tuesday, April 7th, starting at 5:30 p.m. Guests are always welcome for both of these meetings, and at the end we will have credits to their different websites so that you'll be able to get in detail about where those locations are. Also, I wanted to let you know that the Master Gardeners plant sale will be May 1st. That is a Friday, and it's an all-day event from 8 to 4. And then they also have a Saturday from 8 to 1 p.m., and that is at the Helping Hands pantry location in Bentonville. So be sure and check that one out. Also today, Colleen and myself and several other people are joining in Concordia. They are having a wellness summit, and it's just for women. It's a women's wellness summit to talk about health. And we're going to be sharing with us about, or sharing with the people that are coming up to our booth about why it's so healthy to grow plants. And as we talked about, filtering your air and then just getting your fingers in the soil, it grounds you every day. And it's so important to keep healthy and it gets you moving in the morning. I know sometimes in the morning when I wake up drinking my coffee, I'll sit there, I don't want to move, but then I go, oh, my plants are out there. I need to go out and talk to them a little bit. So hopefully you will enjoy your garden this year, and thank you so much for joining our garden show today. Thank you so much.